I want to introduce one other thing, or not introduce it. You've been talking about perhaps sales mix. And the issue of sales mix is very important. If you're a single product company, which there are not many of, calculating break-even point and all that stuff is relatively simple. And you probably have been through some exercises to talk about the issue of sales mix when you have multiple products with different contribution margins. So, for example, let's take a look at this sheet. The issue of sales mix, however, goes beyond just product mix. Assume for the moment we have product A and B, and you anticipate that 60% of your sales are going to come from product A and 40% are going to come from product B. The average sale price of product A is $50,000. The average sale price of product B is $50,000. However, their variable costs are quite different. The contribution margin then for product A is $35,000. The contribution margin from product B is $20,000. Now, assuming we do sell 60% of our product, 60% of our sales are product A and 40% are product B, our overall contribution margin based on that sales mix is going to be $29,000. But in the real world, it's not that simple. As I state here, the complexity doesn't end there. Most companies sell their product in a variety of ways. They may sell through a direct sales force. They may sell through a distribution channel, regional or national distributors. They may sell through the internet. So depending upon your channel strategy, so put your marketing hats on for a moment, depending upon your sales and distribution strategy, it could have a huge impact, not only on your contribution margin due to product mix, but the channel with which those products are sold. So for example, let's just look at product A for a moment. If you sell the product through your direct sales force, they sell it for the street price at $50,000. And if they do that, your variable costs are $15,000, you make $35,000 on the deal. It's great. Well, what if you sell product through distributors and you've got some distributors that you give them as much as a 40% discount off of list? They in turn will sell the product at full street value. Well, let's look at a distribution sale. And so as to think, geez, Don, are you making, you're coming up with a story here. My last involvement with the telecommunications industry, we sold a large percentage of our product through direct channels, and we always put those direct channels in large cities: San Francisco, Los Angeles, Denver, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis. You get the drill. Chicago, Baltimore, Miami, Atlanta. But in the more rural areas and non-large, not very large cities, we use distributors, either regional distributors or national distributors, to sell our product. Well, in some cases, we gave as much as a 40 or a 42% discount off of list. So if I sell that same product A at a 40% discount, I'm selling it to a distributor for 30. Now, he's going to go ahead and sell it for 50 on the street because we don't want to create a channel conflict. But my cost is still $15K, so my contribution margin on a distribution sale is only $15,000. So not only do I have a product mix issue, I've got a distribution mix issue to contend with. Now, I know what you're saying. I know, well, wait a minute, Don. If you sell it through distribution, the installation and the maintenance and the fix it when it breaks type activity is going to be done by the distributor. So at the end of the day, your bottom line profitability is likely to be the same whether or not you sell direct or an indirect channel. But that sometimes doesn't happen. And so it could have a dramatic impact. Let's just say that there's a problem and the distributor can't handle it. He's going to escalate the issue back to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is going to put their personnel, it might be R&D engineers, it might be project engineers, it might be field engineers, on it to resolve the problem. So you incur that cost. So what I'm getting at, it's just not, sales mix is a really difficult issue to get your arms around. And I don't want you to leave this chapter thinking that it's just, look at my mix, estimate what my mix of each product is going to be. You've got to overlay on top of that all the other various scenarios, distribution channel for one. So I hope that helps you understand mix a little bit more. And I'm not trying to put the fear of God into you, but at the same time, I want you to think that through so that if you are in that situation, you recognize what the impact of sales mix and distribution and channel mix can have on contribution margin, thus bottom line. Thanks.